Welcome students for the second session on emotional intelligence. I just completed with amygdala hijacking. We know what is amygdala is a part, or it is a fear factor which is set in the brain and what will happen towards it. So amygdala gives a fear factor towards the brain and it gives a signal to the brain that such a way that your frontal lobe will not work or function, or because it doesn't gives that intellectual brain for you. So the intellectual brain is a frontal lobe. So I'll just show you how your stress hormones function. Okay, so here you have the pituitary gland which actually sends a signal of fear. So what will happen is we have two hormones which is responsible for stress. Okay, they are adrenal and cortisol. So these are two hormones which are actually very important for stress. Okay, so what will happen when you get stressed? So the first thing is fast breathing. So your breathing will become very fast. So what is happening is converts glucogen into glucose, the sugar level goes high. Increase blood pressure, BP increases. Tunneled vision is when your vision is just narrowed and not broadened. Then acceleration of heartbeat, where your heartbeat goes very fast, the laptop goes high. Next is the digestion gets slow, and the last but not the least is the sweating. So sweating is also very, very high. So these are the different factors or different things that happens when you get stressed. So when the stress hormones are released, this is what will happen, and many of us think that stress is different and emotional intelligence are different. They all come into the same pain called as emotions. Okay, controlling emotions is as easy as controlling as stress. Okay, so when you are angry, okay, that is an emotion. When you get angry, or when you are stressed, you get anger. That's the reason why your emotions are playing here. And then you will slowly want to release the adrenal and the cortisol. So what will happen is when they are released, all these process will happen in your body, and intake, you are getting stressed. Yeah, many of you think that I'm stressed all about. Okay, so this is the process that actually happens in your body. So the next thing is I'm going to share about the happy hormones in the body. Okay, there are 4 happy hormones apart from the stress hormone. It is called as serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins. Okay, serotonin is called as the reward hormone, or it is called as a feel good hormone. So whenever you feel good, it's because of serotonin. So because your sleep, your appetite, your social behavior, everything is dependent on the serotonin. The next one is oxytocin, is called as the love hormone, which increases the contact with skin. You have this hormone get released. Then dopamine is like again it is called as a champion of all this, because the learning, the concentration, everything comes from dopamine. So dopamine is also called as a reward. And last is the endorphins, where it is releasing stress, or it is like I given a symbol here as a shoe here, because it's called as a runner's high feeling. Because when it comes to sports, when people used to run, they feel that runner's high. So that's when we call this. So some people, when they run, they get that pleasure. So that is called as endorphins. So there are 4 happy hormones. So I repeat again, it's serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins. Yeah. The next one is about the 3 different types of brain in terms of thinking styles. Okay, we have 3 different brain thinking styles. The first one is the lizard brain or the chameleon brain. The second one is mammal brain, and the third one is human brain. Okay, the lizard brain or the chameleon brain will only react. We know how a chameleon reacts. Either it is in that place or just flies away, okay, or flee. So here we call it as a fight and flight. Okay, it will only either be there in that particular place, or it changes its color. So it reacts. So when it changes its color, we call it as react. So a lizard brain or a chameleon brain will only react. It will only react. Second one is mammal brain. The example here is a dog, where it only feels. So when you show love towards your dog, can show it back. It can feel that, but it cannot give back only the feelings, that nothing much. It cannot think on its own. Yeah. And the last one is the human brain, where we have to think, and only humans are thinking. power because we are human and we have the sense. Okay, six senses are there, so consciously we know how we are thinking. Okay, so there are three types of brain that is happening. So the first one is lizard brain, the second one is mammal brain, and the last one is the human brain. So when we react also, our brain thinking will go into three different ways. One is if there is a problem or in a situation, either we escape from that place or we react. So that is a lizard, okay, or a chameleon brain. The second one is you show a lot of emotions there, where you only feel for it, or sometimes you're angry and you try to show it somewhere, or you try to feel for it. Why did I do that? Why did I react like that? So that is the mammal brain. And the second one is, the last one is the human brain, where you start thinking about it consciously. So consciously is something that is given only in the human brain. Yeah. So these are the three different style of thinking brain. Okay. So these are the driving behaviors in a human. So as per brain, we have one single brain, but with respect to thinking, we have three brains. I hope you like the session and you are enjoying it. So I'm just giving you 5 skills to develop EQ. Okay, the first one is managing stress. How do you manage stress? By controlling your emotions onto it, your stress will actually reduce. Second one is beat relationship with emotional awareness. Watch out for your own emotions and you will know what can be improved. The third one is non-verbal communication. When you start sweating, as I told you, it will be always seen in the palm and in the foot. So this is how, or this is the place where you can see the sweat. So non-verbal communication. Always have a smiling face. Many of us have a very serious face. Yeah. Next one is humor. Humor is like dealing with people who are into a very serious note. You can always have a humor attached to it, a common joke, not necessary to pull others or to criticize others, but to have a general humor. The last one is resolve your conflict. If at all there is a conflict, you can resolve it positively. So these are the top 5 skills that you can adopt to improve or to develop a better EQ. Okay. So that's all for now, students. Thank you so much for watching.